Hey, welcome to the stream. Today I will be unboxing my brand new Oxi One MKII. I just received it today and I have yet to open the box. So this will be a real life unboxing event. It's all very exciting. It's just a little funeral march for the Oxi One MKI, which I will probably be selling once I have the Mark II up and running. So I've actually done all the wiring already. So I have my mini HDMI cable here for the Oxi pipe. I will be replacing the micro HDMI here, and these will just plug right in. And I have my USB-C here, so everything is good to go. It's about 1.5 centimeters wider than the Mark I, so it will take a little bit more space on my keyboard, but it should fit. Okay, I think I will stop and take my scissors here, and let's get to unboxing. Let's see here. This side up. Oh, sorry. Open with care. Be careful. There's probably the same carrying case as you get with the Mark I. I don't want to cut into that. Okay, I think we don't need the scissors anymore. Here we go. Oh, it was protected by this little bit of cardboard here. Look at this, very cool cardboard from Spain. Beautiful, very exciting. And a bit of bubble wrap. Nothing here, no surprises, just bubble wrap. And the actual Oxi One MKII packaged in this plastic bag here. There's the quick start guide and not much else. And it's taped up pretty tightly. This is some military grade tape. I have to cut the scissors, and here we go. Okay, so this is all you get, I guess. There's no printed manual because the manual is constantly changing, so there's no point in printing one, but there's a quick start guide. I have not really looked at anything. I watched a few videos. I'm going in almost blind. It's all looking very good. Okay, then we'll open the case. I think it's a very nice case. It's the same as the Mark I, definitely exactly the same. Ooh, this is beautiful. You see that one? Not on that camera, but this one. I got the black one. It looks a lot better than the they call this the vintage edition now, I think. it looks better, but I'm a bit worried that it's maybe harder to read. I don't know, we'll see. And what else do you get here? There's the Oxi One branded or Oxi branded USB-C cable. I don't need that one. I have my right angle cable, and you get a DRS to DIN MIDI adapter. It's basically the same stuff you get with the Mark I. Okay, we'll pull this out. It looks just very slightly bigger or wider actually than the Mark I. It feels, yeah, looks very good. It feels very solid. It's, I don't know, does it actually weigh more than the Mark I? Where will I put this so I don't drop it? Right there. Okay, so Mark I. See you, maybe, I don't know. It always sends that one final voltage from the outputs into my Eurorack. We'll unplug everything. MIDI and the HDMI micro. Okay. Now, I don't know, actually this is pretty weighty as well. Let's see if I can get them in a shot to compare. My camera is way too close. That's basically how much wider the Mark II is. It's not much, but I actually had to change my, or extend my support for the Mark II and get the right angle USB-C cable. Okay, let's set it here. We'll see if my camera is now all screwed up a little bit. Okay, looking better. All right. I'll plug everything in. USB-C. I think they recommend to charge it before first use, but I'm not going to do that. Plug in the MIDI, DRS MIDI, and there's actually now a the power button has a light on it now, so you can see that it's charging even when it's off. That's a nice improvement, I think. And let's plug in the HDMI mini. And it's this way, I believe. It's a bit tight in there. Okay, so the good thing is that the old Oxi pipe Mark I and the Oxi split Mark I work with the Mark II Oxi One as well, so you don't have to get new ones if you don't want to. The pipe, basically the difference is that the labels are different. There's a we'll get into that, I think, later. I never use the inputs on there anyway. We'll see. And the pipe, basically the Mark II pipe has more MIDI outputs. But I'm actually not using the pipe anymore at all. I'm using a what do you call it? A MIDI through, because I want to have the MIDI through on the same MIDI output as the other MIDI information, so I can play my keyboard with full polyphony while still using the Oxi One. Okay, I think it looks very good. Looks essentially the same as the old one, but right now I have the black one. So the old one and the new one. Okay, let's turn it on. See what happens. Probably get some voltage out of the gate outputs. No. Okay. Screen is a lot bigger actually. If I can actually focus on the screen. Oh, it's okay. There is more information, I think, on the screen at any given moment. You can see here there's tells you what the sequencer type is. There's internal clock, BPM, division, scale, pattern, number, velocity, octave, gate, repetition. The repetition is new. I think I'll actually I'll have to have the old one here so I can actually compare. I'll just set it down somewhere. Yeah. You used to have mod here, where there's repetition now. Let's see. I think we need to go into the config. Oh, the buttons feel nice. Nice surface. It's less sticky than the old one. Or maybe that's just because I've used the old one so much. Okay. Go into config. We have the same menus as the Mark 1. MIDI Oxi split, there's split version 1 and 2. I think the encoders feel a little bit different, or maybe I'm imagining things. But we don't have the split connected, so I'm gonna set that to off. And what? MIDI TR is through, on, definitely on. In channel filter, MIDI channel. Port merge, no. Scale quantize. Off. I want to be able to play outside the scale. Okay, analog. There's the clock out, clock in. Same, 1 pulse per quarter. Okay. Gate voltage out. I had some trouble with 5 volt triggering my Befaco Max slicer, so I set it to 10 volts. Edge, yeah. Performance. Keyboard layout, classic. I hope you can see, hear my voice. You should be able to. Actually, go back in the config. The harmonized sequencer octave 1 is okay. I find that the harmonized sequences sometimes go a little bit too high. Scale. Shift with double tap, yes. Inverted tie gesture for wheels or random system. Check the MIDI in monitor. Getting MIDI in, I think. Hey, did I screw up? Okay, now, yeah. I had them the wrong way. And we have MIDI through, nice. Okay. MIDI animation, brightness, very high. Oh, that is bright. That's very bright. High, low. Low is too dim. LED backlight. High, okay. The backlight is new. Basically, I have the backlight here, so you can see them in the dark. Bluetooth, charge, keyboard, USB mode, device, firmware and hardware version. We have software 0.14.0 beta, May 8th, and there should be a new firmware out. Okay, I think that's the settings. I think we'll attempt a firmware update. I have my other laptop here. Old one. If this thing actually works. Okay, oh. Yes, and plug in. Let's change charging to no. Okay. Start the Oxi app. There's a firmware update available 0.15.2. Fixes gate outs issue, fix song import from Mark I projects, fix latched gate when selecting type, fix internal destination of matricial mode, fix CV velocity not refreshing. Okay, the gates out issue had me a bit worried, but it was fixed very quickly. Let's see. How is the update? Upload failed. I had to do this like 3 times with the Mark I. I'm not too worried. Firmware upload failed. Please try again. You hold that. Okay. Start in firmware update mode and another try. Failed. Not looking good. Hold. This probably makes for a very exciting stream. Try again. Failed. Okay. I'm gonna try plugging the cable. in. Start in update mode. Open Oxi app. Oxi One MKII firmware. Update. Okay, now we're getting there, yeah. So if you get one of these, you might have to try several times to actually update. On the app we have, I think new features are custom scales, custom grooves. We have instrument definitions, custom definitions. And you can, of course, you can actually import MIDI files. 8 bars, 1 track, and maximum polyphony 7 notes. Okay, we're done with the app now. Just put the old PC away. Okay, plug in the power and we will start exploring this thing. All right, we have the sequencer buttons here, 8 sequencers. Wow, okay, that's a animation. Looks nice. Okay. Multi-tracks, chord tracks, poly tracks, and mono tracks. We don't yet have any new sequencer types. We'll check by hold shift and press the sequencer number to choose the mode. There's mono, poly, chord, multi-track, stochastic, and matricial. We'll stick with mono here. We will route this track to my Eurorack system, have it in mono mode, and that's it. We'll change the scale. This works pretty much exactly the same as the Mark I. And just put down some notes here and end here, and I still have to, oh, wrong button. Let's here. The CV gate is here now. Okay, it's in a different place. So for track 3, sequencer 3, CV1, and gate 1. Right, then let's see what happens. Oh, I have to plug it into the pipe. It's a pretty embarrassing stream. I forget to do the basic things. Actually, okay, and now. Okay, we have CV and gate out. It's going into the mutable plots. That's going into the C legs. And that's it. Very simple. Vicky Adams, one of us. What do you mean? One of us Oxi users, or? Did you get a Mark II as well? Ah, did you get yours already? This looks so good. Looks so good. You can actually make out the colors on camera. But that's basically a kind of a purple color. System LED brightness very high. Let's see what happens. Okay, this looks really good. The black one is, I think it's much better looking than the vintage one. But the takes a little bit of getting used to. The buttons look smaller. They look like a lot smaller. If you look at the Mark I here, I'll lay down some triggers. These look so much bigger, but it's an illusion. They have to be the same size. Yeah. The fit and finish is really nice. Yeah, definitely. This feels so solid, and I like the little touches here, like the light on the power button and the bigger screen. And the mini HDMI feels a lot better than the micro. And let's see, what do we have here? We have the old random. Okay, you have a lot more. Or do you have more stuff here? Used to have like a velocity, octave, gate, and retrigger. Now you have repetition, note, and oh, gate is new actually. Yeah. Let's try repetition. What does this do? I think I probably have to set something up somewhere else. I just came into this basically blind. Yeah, the body is exactly the same on the Nostalgia version. I think it's the same on the Mark I as well. It's the same black color, and the buttons are just, they look different. Now these feel different than the ones on the Mark I, but I'm not sure if that's actually there's actually a difference, or if I've just used the Mark I so much that it's become a bit sticky. So, okay, gate. Trigger. Now we get something. Octave. Okay, all my favorite tricks work. That's about it for my tricks. But what I like to do is we'll try randomizing velocity and routing velocity to the CV out, and oh, the sequencers. This is different. You have to choose here. Okay, this is much better actually. And you have the 8 sequencers, so you can't have the menu like it used to be. There's a velocity, voice 1, and we'll plug velocity into something with a nice LED cable. I also have these Oxi branded glows cables with the LEDs. These look really good. I got them when I ordered the pipe, and I ordered the Coral Eurorack module. Alright, getting some modulation here. This is velocity randomized, modulating modulating the morph knob on the Platz module. Bit more. the flow and the groove? I don't know what flow means. I press flow. Oh, I have to. Oh, yeah. I think I saw this in a video. Flow. Emulator. I think I need to. I actually have to release the manual because there's so many new features that I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. I really want to try the flow and the groove thing. And what else is new? Check out the random stuff. Okay, the random generator looks pretty much the same. I think we'll set the end to 128 and generate the random sequence. Goes a bit too high. Set octave randomization to 0. Modulate the feedback on C-Lex. Okay. Ben Contremoulin, I have no idea how to pronounce that, I'm sorry. Thank you from France for your video on multipoly. Oh, you're welcome. I have many videos on the multipoly and I really like the synth. I think I will try that with the Oxi MKII as well at some point. For right now I have this Oxi MKII going into my Euro rack. Is it hold flow, tap the note? Oh, hold flow, of course. Hold flow, tap the note. Oh, this is... We'll go back. Clear everything. And do another short sequence. I think we like the Japan scale. That's it. Want it to a bit slower, so where do I have the settings now? Oh, it's here. Root, velocity, octave, gate, repeat. No. I want to change the division. No grooves, heavy gate, text mod. Where's the button on the Mark I? It's this one. It says Y div. How do I change the division on this? Here? No. Division. Velocity. EPM. Entirely lost here. This is the worst stream in the history of YouTube, I think. The higher price for the Mark II placed in the range price for second-hand haybacks. Probably, yeah. That's, that would be second-hand, of course, but I have never tried the haybacks. I haven't really looked into it, so I have no idea what it's doing. Nicky Adams, mind sharing the scale with the Oxi Discord? Oh, you mean the scale? It's just the default Japan 1. my favorite. Put some randomization here while I figure stuff out. Retrigger minus. Oh, thank you, Dicky. This is like a real life first Oxi One MKII playthrough. I think I have to actually take a look at the quick start thing. So I am getting tired of this. It's too fast. Time division. How do I see? That's a time division there. You're on the screen. I am way too busy to actually read this thing. Functions. Condense. I can use condense, but that's kind of a different thing. Or not condense, expand, I think. See how someone can actually use the Mark I every day for more than a year and be completely lost on the Mark II. Reach and follow step and chord. Okay, track menu, no. Absolutely no idea. We will do this. Delete steps. Have less steps here. And here for 14 notes. This is not the only piece of gear I got today. I still haven't opened the other box. Something really cool. I picked up used. But right now the Oxi is the yeah, condense and expand would be like a, it should basically like expand the whole sequence and condense the sequence. So I just want to change the what do you call that? Division. Todd Bradshaw. Okay, welcome to the stream. You have the Oxi One Black and considering the Nostalgia Mark II. You're colorblind, okay. Yeah. That would probably make a difference. I mean, I have the, if you just showed up, I've shown this every now and then on the stream, but the buttons look a lot bigger and they are maybe a little bit easier to read. But I think I will get used to the Mark II. So I don't have that kind of problem, but I'm sure because this really kind of uses colors to visualize things, so probably could be a little bit difficult. I think the Nostalgia is a very good choice if you want something that's a little bit easier to read. Ben is looking for a sequencer. I haven't looked into the Haypacks. I've heard about it and I think I've seen some YouTube videos, but I'm not really sure how it's different from the Oxi. And the Oxi is, I really like the Oxi. It was the sequencer that I had the Korg SQ64 because I wanted to save money. It was a lot less expensive than the Oxi, but it was such a disappointment. And then I just returned the SQ64 and decided that I'm just gonna spend the money on the Oxi. And I've been very happy with it ever since. Works really well. And it's sort of it's pretty easy on the Oxi to make something purposeful, but it's also very good for sort of just if you have no idea what you want to do. This has so many generative features that you can have an idea going very quickly. You can just chill out for a couple of hours and just make sequences. Yeah, I think, Todd, you should probably check out the Nostalgia edition. It's not as cool, but it's I think it's I would have gone for the Nostalgia probably if I had the Mark I in black. I just like to have something a little bit different. And let's see. So I will add a step here and here, and flow. Okay, trigger flow. So if I will, yeah, it's not as hard as I thought. I just hold the step and tap flow. So if I set these to flow, I'll turn down the delay. So right now we have silence here. If I press flow, we should get triggers. I have to learn all the hand moves like Aura and all the other professional YouTubers. I look cool doing like all these moves here. Okay, so flow. Like this, silence. It's very cool. Very sort of performance oriented. So I wonder if I actually have flow on several tracks, so when I press flow it will trigger everything in the whole Oxi. I'll have to play with that a bit later. Alright, Mike, welcome to the stream. We're waiting for yours. Oh yeah. You got the Oxi split. Yeah. I think Oxi basically had the choice of either delaying all orders or just delaying the ones who ordered pipe or split. So I think, well, it's easy for me to say that this was the right choice. So I got mine earlier. This actually took like a week and a half from Spain to Finland, and usually I get stuff from Germany or wherever. I get them in less than a week, maybe 4 or 5 days. But this came by FedEx, and they are super slow. They get the package from Spain to Finland in like 4 days or 4 or 5 days. And then in Finland, it was 140 kilometers from me, and it takes 3 days. So I was a bit anxious waiting for this thing. but I understand the frustration. It's really cool. Do you actually, Mike, do you have the Mark I, or have you had the Mark I? Yeah, you're the split two on a separate purchase. I think they said on the Discord that they actually they're combining the orders. Maybe. I'm not sure. That's what I understood. Okay, you're completely new to the Oxi. Okay, you are in for a very fun time learning this thing. I think the first thing that I did, I tried to get it hooked up to my Roland TR6S, and I was pulling my, I don't have hair, but I was pulling my imaginary hair out, trying to get them to actually talk to each other. The whole thing was, the problem was that the Roland has a different idea of octave numbers than the Oxi, so I just had to, I changed the ones on the TR6S, and now I should be able to actually get the, see, we have multi-tracks here. Try the TR6S. I should be able to get this to trigger. They use the same default notes for the multi sequencer. Let's see. I can try this here actually. This, yep, that's the bass drum. Snare. That's not the hi-hat. No, the hi-hat is here. I had it muted. Yep, the exact same. Okay. For the first time in the stream, something actually worked. I'll try the, should have the same drum track generator, which is based on the, yeah, it's the same. Okay, based on the mutable instruments grids, I think. Drums are working. Nice. And I think I can probably use flow to trigger some, probably maybe the tom. Let's have like random hits here. This will sound terrible. Who cares? We're just testing stuff out here. And I hold several and let them set to flow. Oh, I guess so, yeah. Yep, okay. And it's triggering the... It's triggering the notes here as well. The 8 sequencers is actually a really good improvement on the Mark I, because usually the 4 sequencers is enough. But I actually, the way I work with this thing, the way I use this is basically I use this as a scratch pad. I just do all kinds of random stuff in the same project. Usually I don't change projects much, I just use the exact same project. Now I can have everything set up all the time. fly. I think the 8 sequencers will be very good for that. And of course the multi-poly and the wave state are 4-part multi-temporal. So basically they can eat up 8 MIDI channels just between the two of them. And then we get the Euro rack and the PR6S, so we already need actually more racks. Okay. 8 is not enough, we need 16. Good buddy, welcome to the stream. Are the buttons easier to read than the Mark I black version? I don't actually know. I wonder if anyone else can answer that. There's I actually find these to be fine. I'm already getting used to them. I have the brightness, I think, set to maximum. And the colors really pop on here. They look very good. And, I have the Mark I, basically the vintage edition. So I'm new to the black one. This looks a lot better, but it's kind of it looks a little bit busy. It's more difficult to basically. I think I'll get used to it. State had CC presets. Yeah. I think the thing with the wave state and the multi-poly and these other newer Korg synths is that they don't have too many pre-assigned CCs. So basically you go into the mod matrix and you pick whatever CC and you assign it to whatever. So I think like I never really tried the instrument definitions, but I think this one, you go into sequencer setup here and we have instruments. There are none because I haven't uploaded any yet, but the Mark I can hold 8 custom instrument definitions, and apparently the Mark II can hold 16. So you can basically make your own instrument definitions and upload them to the Oxi. I think that's a big improvement on the old one, because on the old one you're basically stuck with whatever Oxi had added to the sequencer. So they had like a wave state and TR6S, but then they didn't have something else. So now you can just pick and choose whatever you like. Board of the sequence. Well, actually, try changing the scale. There are the user scales. I have to look into those. You probably can't define the user scales on the device. What would be really nice is that I could play basically a user scale on my keyboard and have that saved, but I guess that's probably not possible. We'll switch to minor. Okay. On the Mark II, you change the drum pattern by holding the sequencer button and then with the blue button. It's okay. Here. Okay, yeah. That's how you get to these. You just have to what did you used to have to do? I can't remember anymore. You can also hold, I guess. No? Okay, no. You have to press the sequencer button and go here. We'll add density on the bass pattern a little bit. Go like this. Okay. And I want the... oh, you have to... sorry, you have to have the track length set to 32 to get the full... Also stop here and get the full pattern, so you have to set it to 32 steps. Okay, I think I have everything set to 32. Okay. Now we're getting the full drum pattern. More density on the hi-hat and a bit more chaos. I think everyone is doing these implementations of mutable instruments stuff. But it's, I guess that's natural because they're open source, and mutable instruments is like super brilliant. It's really sad that they basically stopped making modules. I have several mutable instruments modules there, and they I picked all of them up used. Some of them were a bit more expensive than others, but I think they're worth it over the clones. Which synths are you triggering? Right now it's I'm actually, the drums are the Roland TR6S, and the melody is like it's my Eurorack system. So there's the mutable instruments plus oscillator going into C-legs, delay, and from there to the output. So like a super simple signal chain. Just to try this out. I'm just getting tired of this one. We'll mute. We'll stop. I don't like listening to just drums. So we'll try have the wave state here with a bad sound. I think this is probably, yeah, that is sequencer 2. Sorry, my wave state is actually on MIDI track 5. So we should be able to see what I'm playing on the keyboard here. Yeah. It's a chord track. That's no good. We have to have a poly track. Okay, now, yeah. Yes, now I can play. Yeah. Okay, wave state works. We'll actually do. We have new feature. It's in Mark I as well. That's custom chords in the poly sequencer. So I wonder if I can actually save external MIDI here. Doesn't work. Doesn't work in Mark I either. So I have to basically play the chord again and then save. Did I save? No, didn't. Okay. Then hold off. Like this. Cleared. What am I doing wrong? Want to save a chord like this. Assigned. Okay, now. So you get custom chords up to 7 notes polyphony in the poly sequencer. So I think this is actually a very powerful feature because you can just program whatever chords you like here, and you're not limited to what Oxi has given you in the chord sequencer. I'll try to get something going. Actually, I'll switch to chord. Let's try chord here. You now also have the chromatic chord mode. I'm not that good with these. I'll just spread. This one. The third. Extend. Let's go with this one and let's go to perfect. Here. Okay, this sounds good. I wonder if this would work. Let's see. Well, let's go with this one. And then back here, well, now I have to find out how to actually how to change the division. Oh, it's a track. Okay. Why didn't I not get that? We're considering TR8S. Oh, I wanted a TR8S, but I do not have the space. If they put it in a rack, that would be okay. Yeah, but it can't do microtiming adjustments. Probably this one can't either. Of course, it's the same basic engine, I think. That's not something I have missed. The multi-timbre capabilities, wave state with the Oxi One will be fun. Yeah, definitely. Actually, if I go somewhere like for a few days to a cabin or something, I might actually just take the wave state and the Oxi, so I have 4 synthesizer voices and a lot of sequencing capabilities. But right now I probably pick the multi-poly for that, because I think the multi-poly sounds even better. They're different. So division, I want 1 bar, and gate will tie and end there, and the drum track does not fit this one. So like this, density down, density down, and density down. Still a bit. This one density down, less chaos. Okay. Let's go a bit into the red. It's not completely yet. Bring it down a little bit. drums are so dynamic. They almost clip the output. Now we have the wave state going. I think I'll try the multi-poly. It should be on track 1, channel 1A, mode. We'll try stochastic here. But I think you can harmonize stochastic. Okay, yeah. We had the wave state in track 5. Or harmonized to sequencer 5. Or harmonized to sequencer 5. Okay. And then just some triggers here. Performance. Have to tweak a little bit. We'll go with the analog sort of sound. This sounds not so good. Change the matricio. We'll still have it harmonizing sequencer. Oh, and set some triggers here. Intervals. It's too low, higher. Goes too high. Restrict. Direction random. Okay. Like the sound here. Go for basic square with a bit of set flow to matricio. You can't. Okay. You get an analog cases trackback, backpack. I don't know what that is, but I have to look into that. I sometimes take maybe like one sync with me. And you ran out of room, but wanted to get the multi-poly. No, yeah. I basically try to restrict my setup to this desk here, and I'm not doing very well. I already had to put some steel plates under here to support the new keyboard, so I'm well over spilled over the table basically. Any sort of minimalistic setup is a nice idea, but I can't do that. It's actually working really well. It's just like basically just a little bit of setup, and this replaced my Mark I. And a little bit of getting used to the new features. What is the generative thing? It's not available in this mode. Okay, well, then we will change the mode. Let's go mono. The mono sequencer. What is gen? Okay. Like generative features, let's see. Should be 2 pages. How do you... Oh, the page... No. What is this? I have no idea. Okay. We'll try this. Let's just set some triggers. Okay, that's awful. Wow. Clear. Track division, okay. Just randomly. I'll try the gen. What is this? What does the gen do? I think that's Euclidean. Euclidean pulses, Euclidean length. Okay. I'm not sure what this does yet. Like it kind of makes a Euclidean pattern out of what I have sequenced here. I really hope they put out the manual soon, because I'm a little bit confused with some of these new features. But I've had pulses here. This has to be Euclidean. What is in notes? Euclidean rotate, that's simple density. Okay. So I think this generative thing basically just uses my sequence and makes sort of generative changes to it. I have to look into it. Got a quick lock stand for Yamaha Motif ES8. Okay, you have a really nice setup, Mike. I've been meaning to do a video on my setup, but I'm actually a little bit embarrassed. I built everything myself, so basically everything but the actual the gear I made myself. There's on the desk, I made it too small. I thought that I would not get this much gear. I should have known better, but I intend to make a bigger desk, and I'm planning on actually, what do you call that? I want this to be part of the desk, my whole keyboard. Recessed into the desk, so it's basically the same surface, so I get more surface per area here. Because I have my DF Audio Mini Bay patch bay there, and the fun story is that's the third one I got, because there were issues with the first two. The first Mini Bay I got was really bad. It had terrible issues with contacts and ground noise and everything. So I sent them a video, and I bought it from Unz in Sweden. Very good service, it's like really good service. If you're in EU or wherever in Europe, I recommend checking out Unz. They have a weird sausage logo, but they had the best service I've ever had from anywhere. I got another replacement Mini Bay, and that had a problem with at least one of the plugs. There were some contact issues. So they sent me a third one, which works perfectly, but they told me not to send back the other one. So now I have two patch bays, but I don't have the space for the other one. But I have a few more synths coming, so I really need the space for another patch bay, so I can have everything hooked up. Doing pretty well without the manual. Yeah, I think so. This is more confusing than I thought. Because when you change you were used to a button being here, and they change to something else, then I am lost. And I'm not going to read the quick start guide. I'll probably skim through it later today, but definitely before I make any actual videos on this. Is this not getting boring? Change that a little bit. Okay. So basically this works very similarly to the Mark I, but there are some things that have changed places and a lot of new stuff. So that it's going to take a little bit of getting used to. But I wonder if I can send. Well, let's check the modulation. Oh, that's the modulation. I want the LFO. Where is LFO? It's the external mod matrix. I've never used that. I have to check that out. I especially want to try running CV into the Oxi and check what I can actually do with that. Hit that perf button and try transposing. Okay, perf. I haven't touched that yet. Oh, this is the one I saw in. Can you actually? No, okay. Can you because you can't. I want to what do you call that? Latch this. Try this. How do you transpose? Okay, what? Okay. Oh, that's mute. Ah, okay, so it goes like this. Okay, yeah. There's my track 5. Transpose that down. Ooh, nice. That's LFO. LFO is the LFO button. Oh, sorry. Of course it is. It says LFO here. Wow. I'm probably not the only one who's made a fool of themselves on the internet. LFO. Thank you. So internal destination. Oh, which track am I on? I'm on the drum track. I don't want to be on there. I want to be on track 1. Oh, sorry. That's something else now. Okay, that's... Oh yeah, okay. So internal destination. Oh, there's a lot of destinations. What do I want to do? Clear track 1 will go into keyboard. Pulley. How do I have to? Sorry, I can actually not that. Okay, I will change to poly mode here. We have still this harmonizing sequencer 5, so I'm gonna just set some random triggers here. And here, and division, quarter note, and then arpeggio. Okay, now we get the arpeggio going. Just the 1 out of 2 means that there should be another page. There. How do I get there? No idea. I think the random on the Mark I still had the rests in the arpeggio, and I hated that. So it kind of has to this doesn't have the rests. I wonder if Manuel actually changed that. Slow. Mike was just gonna ask about the ARP. Okay. Pick up. Yeah, the ARP in the Oxi is actually very powerful. You get your basic arpeggio features, but I think this is actually missing the Stranger up-down is different from the Stranger Things mode. Not that it matters that much. It's random ones, random pinky. So you get these different arpeggio patterns. Turn down the wave state drums a little bit. You get to hear the I'm not clipping them, I hope not. Basically we start with up, start again. It's like a basic arpeggio with ascending. Then you have your descending arpeggio, ascending and descending, 2 up, 2 down, alternate in, alternate out. We'll actually change the division to a slower one. And alternate in and out, pinky, thumb, random ones. Basically this will randomize the arpeggio pattern once and then keep repeating the same arpeggio pattern. And then order, so the order in which you play the notes. And I will go with up. Now the octave feature in the Oxi arpeggiator is different from what you're used to in a standard arpeggiator. It doesn't do the thing where it just goes up an octave, up an octave, up an octave. It basically adds octave variation to the arpeggio pattern. So you can say it like this. And you see in the keyboard view that it keeps doing these octave jumps here and there. I think this sounds really good, but you don't get the standard octave thing at all with Oxi. We'll go up to 7. We'll keep it at 5. Now the really nice feature in the ARP is the Euclidean generator. Basically, we can just extend the pattern up to 32 steps. And now we have the Euclidean pulses set to 16, so that's basically divided by 2. So you get 1 trigger, 1 rest, 1 trigger, 1 rest. So we can change the amount of pulses. So you get a more unpredictable pattern. Oh, I feel a little bit dumb sometimes. And I actually probably transpose this one. It doesn't transpose. I can transpose my chord. Very dark, nice. This sounded better. Go back to sequencer 1 and the ARP. And basically you can let's have like 7 pulses for 32 steps. Add repeats. So you get yet more variation. Right. A new tutorial video. Alright, I did watch the previous one. I think they put out one or more. I can't even remember what it was about. I'm not so good at learning from watching others do things. I basically have to do everything myself. That's the way I learn. But sometimes you get really good tips from the videos, of course. And you realize something that, oh, I had no idea you could do this. I will add a bit of velocity like this and velocity accent here. And velocity. So you have a lot of ways to make these sequences and arpeggios feel a little more alive by adding accents and octave variation and these Euclidean patterns. There's the Oxi One MKII workflow, chord repetition harmonization. Right, I will have to watch that video. I wish they would just put out the manual. I don't care if it's not finished, I just want to actually read about the new features and how to use them. I kind of want to know what you can do with the flow. Right now I have it set to trigger that tom here. Step track. What that means, like a line, little flow. Okay, I will stop this track, it's getting boring. Actually, I've been streaming for quite a while now. Okay, there you have it. That's the Oxi One MKII. It's very much the same as the Mark I, but there are a lot of new features and some things have changed places, so it's a little bit confusing sometimes. I think I'll get used to this very fast. I will probably sell the Mark I because I do not need two fancy sequencers, so there will be one for sale in Finland soon, probably. And I actually think that the Oxi One Mark I is actually a really good choice if you are looking for a powerful sequencer. I mean, it's basically, you won't be getting probably not many updates anymore, but you are getting a very powerful sequencer. Mark II is, of course, new and shiny and looks very good. But if you want to save a bit of cash and you don't need all the features here, the Oxi One Mark I does a lot of things. This is basically the brain of my entire setup. This is my MIDI sequencer, of course. It's my CV sequencer. It's my MIDI to CV converter. It's my MIDI through. Basically, it controls everything. I could not live without this. So I think I will stop the stream now, and thank you very much for joining me. I will be making probably a few more videos on the Oxi, and I still have a few things I want to do with the multipoly, probably the wave state and modular as well. I have so many ideas, so little time. I have a job. I really just want to be a synthfluencer. Why can't I just noodle on my synths on YouTube and get paid for that? Who knows? I also have a few interesting pieces coming soon. I got one today, an older synth, digital, classic, and I'm gonna do videos on that if it works. And I have another digital classic coming that is very nostalgic to me. I haven't ever played it, but I have heard the sounds a lot. So I'm gonna be doing some videos on some 90s, early 2000s synthesizers. So we'll see what's... Thank you so much for commenting, because my last stream was very quiet. It's a lot nicer to stream when you get comments and you know someone's actually watching. Todd Bradshaw, you are welcome. I really enjoyed this stream. I felt like I'm getting much more comfortable with streaming, and especially talking. And Mike, you heard a lot of people say that one is the centerpiece. Yeah, it's basically, it does everything. There are some limitations that I don't like, but basically you can live with those. Yeah, I will be checking the Oxi stream as well. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.